Hello, my beautiful light brights. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Neon Noire. I'm a half Italian, half Canadian drag queen living in Belgium. And if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Today, we are playing my favorite game, FAB or Drab, where we rate the looks of Canada's Drag Race Season 4, Episode 8, and let you know if they are fab and fabulous or drab and awful. So without further ado, let's get into it. This week, the queens had to give a drag makeover to their family members. That is right, we have mothers, we have best friends, we have sisters, we have all the families coming in and they need to do a family resemblance. But they also have to create the look in the workroom. That is right, it is both a creation challenge and a makeover challenge. Now, let me tell you, as a drag queen myself, creating a look is extremely difficult, but creating a look for somebody else is even more challenging. If, as a drag queen, you do create your looks, you generally know your body, so doing someone else's body can get iffy. On top of it, I know several queens who have competed on Drag Race, and they always complain about how little time they have to do their makeup. So imagine doing two people's makeup in one day. Girl, this is a challenge. So, let's see what these girls come up to. Category is A Star is Born, where the queens have to give a red carpet makeover to their loved ones. First up, it's Venus and her mother, Uranus. Venus comes out in this beautiful red opulent gown with all the frills and the big diamond. She has this paired with this platinum blonde, really big hair. Next, it's her mother, Uranus, coming in this like little gold club dress with this black hair and black jewelry. I will say that you can tell that one of them was brought from home while the other one was made in the workroom because these are two completely different calibers of drag. Venus's look looks really expensive, put together, refreshing, and fashion, while her mother's looks questionable at best. You can see that Venus tried to put a look together for her mother, but she doesn't necessarily have the sewing skills. So let's get into the makeup. The makeup. Venus knows how to paint. Her mother looks fantastic. But the issue I have with this look is that they don't look like family resemblance. And I say that because as a drag family resemblance, you kind of want to bring in some of your elements into the other queen. Since the dresses are different and the hair is different and the silhouettes are different, there's nothing really tying them together. Venus says her concept is she is the red carpet while her mother is the golden globe of sorts. I don't buy it. I think this is a lot of blah, blah, blah to try to sell you a concept. So it was a little bit of a miss for me. What I would have done differently is, obviously, she can't do much more to the dress. She's not a seamstress. But I think that had she had done it in red instead of gold, it would have matched a little bit better. And then had she put her mom in a blonde wig, it doesn't matter which style it would have been in, it would have also matched a little bit more. If she made the belt and the necklace more silvery tones, it would have matched the hair a little bit more, and I think then you would have got the cohesion. Even though one dress was completely different than the other, the colors would have really tied it together. All in all, I don't see the family resemblance. I don't buy the theme. I don't like this dress. Venus looks fantastic, but her mother does not, and that is why I have to go with a drab on this one. Next up, it's Near Enough and her fiance, Buffy Enough. Nira is coming in this red velvet gown with these little silvery jewels and this like brown long hair, while Buffy is wearing a Grecian inspired toga in this white and gold and this big blonde hair. Now, I will say one thing about these looks, before I even get into it, Nira had a challenge. Nira's partner is a man, if I've ever seen one myself. He's got these huge arms, so to make him look more feminine and dainty was a challenge. And I will say that if you look at the face and you look at the mug, it is so good. Nira knows how to paint. She did an excellent job on that. Now let's get into the outfits. First up, we'll have Neera. And Neera, you can see that she brought this outfit from home. It is definitely well constructed. It fits her body like a glove, and it definitely feels more elevated. Her partner, on the other hand, Buffy, does not look good. I will say he definitely looks like he's a frat guy going to a toga party or my first time in drag. You know what I mean? The mug is perfect, and you know what she did that was really smart was paired it with this big hair to balance the shoulders a little bit. But the dress itself was kind of middle of the road. Actually, it was kind of lower in the road. I think also if you were gonna do this look, I would have added some hip pads on him to make him have a huge ass and huge hairs to sort of balance out the shoulders. Now, the other thing is that these two do not look alike at all. I wish that there was a little bit more cohesion. Now, I'm not gonna criticize the horrible construction of this gown. She can only do what she can only do. She is not a seamstress. But had she done this in red, it would have matched hers a little bit better. And had Neera put a blonde wig on, even if it was a different style, then it would have also matched a little bit better. And I think by matching them, they would have gotten away with a little bit more. I think this cheap white fabric really doesn't help. She should have just chose a different fabric. Sequence red would have really done wonders here to cover up all of the mistakes that were happening. You can also say that Neera could have changed her outfit, but reality is her outfit is nice, it's expensive, she brought it from home, and she probably doesn't have that much to switch it off of, so her whole design should have revolved around what am I wearing and how can I make my fiance match. All in all, this didn't work, and it is definitely a drab from me. Next up is Melinda Virga and her partner, Conchita Virga. Melinda's coming in from head to toe in silver, wearing all of the jewels and this fur cape moment. She has it paired with this brown hair, and honestly, she looks good. Melinda has always had like this little bit of a questionable taste in her, and you definitely see a little bit of that in here, but she looks put together. She looks more expensive than she normally does, so I would call this a win for Melinda. Now her partner comes in, Miss Conchita, wearing navy blue with a blonde wig and lots of silver detailing. I will say this is not that bad. I was actually pleasantly surprised by Melinda. With Melinda, we always aren't sure where it's gonna go. I think it was really smart to put a bunch of these silver details so it references Melinda's outfit while still being different. The dress itself is a little bit simple, but there's a few things that I would have tweaked if it was me. First up, her partner could have used some bigger breasts, more of that hourglass shape to their body. Actually, I probably would have given Conchita Melinda's gloves. Some silver gloves would have really helped tie them together. And if Melinda just made out of the blue fabric some blue gloves just to get a little bit of that navy in her outfit, I think it really would have tied it all together. All in all, this isn't bad, especially considering how hard this challenge is. I would call this a win, and that is why, for Miss Melinda, I'm gonna have to go with a FAB for this week. Next up, it's Denim and her mother, Velvet. Denim is coming out in this blue denim outfit with some spray painted stars, with some blue and white ombre hair, and a little bit of little feathered details here and there. Denim's outfit looks so good and is so on brand. This really fits the theme of both being elegant and red carpet while still maintaining Denim's signature aesthetic. Denim knows her character and loves to play around, and that's why we love Denim. Her mother, oh my god, this is how you do a makeover. Her mother looks very similar to her. They definitely come from the same family. It was so smart to give her a similar color theme. She gives her more of a blue hair with a little bit of white. Denim made her mother a simple gown out of this stretch velvet material and also spray painted the same stars that are on her outfit onto her mother's to create that cohesion. This was put together so well. Now for the critiques. I would say that Denim could have gone one step further. I think that her mother's face and hair are excellent. The gown itself is pretty good, but a few little details would have just brought it up that extra notch, you know what I mean? For example, she has the stars on her mother's dress, which I love. I wish she just took a couple of rhinestones and rhinestoned all of the edges of the stars to just make them pop a little bit more. Then her mom's got this gradient in her dress all the way at the bottom with the dark blue, which I also love, but I wish Denim had just added a couple of little, like maybe dark blue feathers to match her dress, and it would have made this dress go from simple to elevated. Now, here's the thing. I don't know what kind of supplies they gave them in the workroom, so I don't know what they had to work with. So maybe it was a limitation because of that. But all in all, Denim and her mother Velvet look excellent, and that is why they are 100% getting a FAB from me. Next up, it's Aurora Matrix and her best friend, Supernova Matrix. Aurora comes out wearing this black bodysuit with this long mesh dress on top. She pairs it with black gloves and beautiful blonde bombshell hair. Her partner comes out in this gorgeous royally purple color paired with this black hair and all of the jewels. First things first, they both look really good. The thing is that Aurora Matrix had the easiest task. She had a beautiful woman to start with. So if you are a female doing drag, which yes, females can be doing female drag, let's just put that out there, you gotta give me a transformation. You can't just look like a very expensive woman. You need to look like a drag queen, honey. And this is where I'm a little bit iffy. I feel like it is giving you definitely woman going to the ball wearing a lot of makeup as opposed to drag queen. What I would have done a little bit differently for Miss Supernova, I would have given her some gloves to match Miss Aurora, and I also would have padded her a little bit more so that she again is a little bit rounder and gives more of a transformation. On Aurora's side, I would have just changed the hair from blonde to purple. I think that would have tied them in more together. But honestly, that's pretty much about it. Yes, it would have still looked like a woman. It would have given you family resemblance. It would have given you enough to get by. That's what I say. All in all, this was a pretty good take. Was it safe? Yes, it was 100% safe, taking a pretty woman and making her even prettier. Do I mind? You know, with some of the other people who, in my opinion, missed, no, I don't really mind that much. And that is why for Miss Supernova, I'm gonna have to go with a FAB. Y'all, that is it for this week's episode, but I know exactly why you're here. You are some messy bitches and you want to know who had my drab of the week. Well, my drab of the week, I was really debating with this one, but ultimately I decided to go with Near Enough. Yes, I was debating between Venus and Near Enough because I thought that both of their partners were trash. But ultimately, Venus's look as herself looked better than Neera's, and that is why Near Enough got my drab of the week. Sorry, babes. Enough about the negative, let's get into the positive. Who had my FAB of the week? Well, my FAB of the week has to go to Denim. That is right. I mean, that was a no-brainer. She is the only one of these queens that really knocked it out of the park. Everybody else was kind of mediocre, but let's face it, this was a very difficult challenge all in all. But we love Denim and we are so excited to see her in the finale. Y'all, that is it for this week's episode. The finale is next week. We are so excited to see the finale. Who are you rooting for? Who's your favorite? Honestly, I thought this season of Drag Race has been so good, so I'm so excited to see what happens. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I do read most of them and try to reply where I can. And while you're there, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Once again, my name is Neon Noire, at Miss Neon Noire on all social platforms, and I'll see you next week for the grand finale. Come on, people, and see you soon. Bye-bye.